What is up, everybody? This is Weekly Rewind. I'm J-Lag, and I'm here with...
And Bizzle and me.
Hey, girl, hey. So this is episode 4.
Yep.
I hope you guys are enjoying our Weekly Rewinds. We're playing it by ear. We're doing our thing. We're going to just do the same exact format that we've been doing from time. And we're just going to start it off with our Song of the Week.
My song of the week is... I was on vacation last week.
Yeah.
By the palm trees.
Welcome back.
Miley Cyrus, Malibu.
Oh, wow.
Definitely
yes,
vacation
down.
song. And it's been my song for the last, it's on repeat. That's all I'm playing.
Amazing.
That's my song of the week.
Amazing.
It's different from her, right? Like, it's a different sound. So I'm excited about her album.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. Different, stripped down, very groovy,
just like
vibey.
Real, just like how Gaga's was sort of this time around. Like with Joanne, it was like a very stripped down version.
All these blonde girls are just
They're
breaking it down.
Yeah.
They're all having like a Britney every time moment.
Yeah.
Mine is Ariana Grande. So I discovered this song. It's from an album from last year. It's through Cashmere Cat and it's called Adore, and it's featuring Ariana Grande, and it's a really nice track.
Is it like funky? Is it like poppy? Is it like
it's like
house?
loungy. It's like loungy.
Ooh, nice.
It's really, really nice. I like it. I'm going to tack one extra thing on top of that. Za, SZA, has been kind of blowing my mind. She just dropped her EP this week, and it's pretty good.
What kind of music is it?
It's like R&B, fun stuff.
Okay.
Not upbeat, really love songs and chill, kind of like a Jhené Aiko feel.
Nice.
I like it.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, check that out.
We'll have the links down below
in
our YouTube description.
As always. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to
guys, we've been honestly freaking turned up right now watching every single show we possibly can for you guys.
Yeah.
To give you guys the best up-to-date episodic review.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just finished Handmaid's Tale last night.
So did I.
And then caught up on American Gods yesterday. So we're going to talk about those two shows on this episode. I think it needs time.
Yeah, I think
Handmaid's Tale definitely needs time.
For sure. I don't think we're going to do any other shows after that because we're kind of not done on anything else.
We're still watching Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
So stay tuned next week. We'll probably get to that next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, this week's episode, we want to kind of give it to these two shows.
Yes.
They are so epic.
So epic. So we're talking Handmaid's Tale season 1 episode 10, which was a season finale, as well as what was it? American Gods season 1 episode 7 and 6, because we didn't cover
6
those
and
off.
7, yeah.
And we didn't cover off episode 9 of
Handmaid's Tale. Yeah.
So
there's
let's get through
2
both of them.
episodes of each.
Hope you guys enjoyed them, and we're gonna get through them right now. So check them out. Go through it.
Okay, so Handmaid's Tale.
Let's do it. Do you want to do Handmaid's Tale first?
Yeah, let's do Handmaid's Tale
first.
first.
Let's go through it.
So Handmaid's Tale. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
It was the season finale.
Yeah.
I liked it. I think that last shot, it was enough for me. It almost did feel like when they shot it, they didn't know if they were going to be back for a second season.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt like it had the ending where it kind of just it's like a hopeful ending with Alfred. I'm okay with that.
What will happen next?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now that there is going to be a second season.
Yeah.
It's really exciting. I wonder what the hell they're gonna do. But yeah, let's get into it. What are your favorite moments?
So we'll cover off 9 and 10. There were some really big things that happened in 9 as well. So, but they're really connected in so many ways.
I hate when you watch episodes back to back because they mix in my mind. They're mixed in together.
So I kind of noted down certain things that happened in episode 9. Episode 9, essentially, she wants to go back. She wants to be part of the resistance. Alfred decides she wants to be part of the resistance, and then that other girl says, that's fine, but you need to go back to the Jezebel place and get a package.
Yeah, ask for Rachel at the Jezebel's bar or whatever.
So that's kind of her mission in episode 9. And then she meets up, or she ends up going, but then
she convinces the commander,
Fred,
which was really cool to see too. But I'm he can't be that stupid. I'm men are pretty stupid though.
And he's not stupid. He books her right away, and he's you wanted to see Moira. And then he thought they were lesbians for a second.
But wait, was Rachel Moira?
No, I don't think
Rachel's someone else, right?
No, somebody else, because Moira was not down for any of this situation. So she ends up talking to Moira while he's having a shower after they had sex for the entire night, I guess. And she's like, can you get this package for me? And Moira's like, you're fucking crazy. I'm not doing this right now.
Yeah.
You have to get it out of your head. And she's like, you have to stop not fighting. You have to fight now.
You have to fight.
You have to keep going. You can't stop. And then
she's like, you promised me that we'd find Hannah.
Yeah, exactly. And she's like, you can't do that, whatever, and then they like dip, they both break off, and she starts crying. Like Offred's like so emotional, and she's like, I need to go back home. And I think one of the big other moments in that episode was while Moira deciding that she's gonna do it.
Oh yeah.
And she ends up like killing the guy
she pulls out
she's
like
having sex with, and then she like books it with like as a cabbie, and she like tries to find her way to Canada. So that's how episode 9 ends. And then Serena Joy finds out that they're like together.
Yeah.
So that was a big kind of final season. And the reason why that happens is because the big thing that happened in this episode was one of the handmaids, what's her name, the one without the eyeball? Warren? Janine.
Yeah.
She goes
Warren,
like postal, and she basically steals the baby, and like,
so I guess what happens is once they get like once they have a baby with one family, they don't stay with that family again, they move to the next family.
Or maybe they would if they were like down, but like that woman hated her.
Oh, so, is that why?
I don't know if that's
I almost feel like they cycle them through.
Yeah,
because they don't want them to get attached to the baby.
True.
Because it's her baby.
True.
Anyway, so as she's leaving, even Offred was like, but is she okay? Like she looks like pretty like sketched out right now.
Yeah.
And she kept saying he's gonna save me, he's gonna save me. I'm like, oh my god, she means like the husband.
Yeah.
Because in her mind, like the husband was saying that like, I love you, I'm gonna marry you.
Girl
like
is deluge.
Frick, man.
But then again, like when she's on the bridge, like she was telling the truth, I think.
Oh, 100% she was telling. She's
like,
not crazy.
He was like, oh shit, I got booked.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, she freaked out.
Okay, but let's talk about how Serena Joy finds out.
Oh yeah, so she essentially says like it's gonna be really hard to the girl, to the woman, after her husband gets taken away after the bridge situation. The woman
was like, episode 9 the bridge.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So after that whole incident, Serena Joy's like, she goes to the woman and she's like, you're gonna need help, let me know if you need anything. And she's like, get the hell away from me. She's like, you don't even know what's going on in your own house. She's like, everybody knows what's happening with you and your handmaid.
She said everyone knows what happened to the first one.
Oh, okay.
So he probably was having an affair with the first one too. Right. So and then she hung herself, right? So like, yeah, she's like, you think that they can't do it again? She goes, men are always like, they always do the same thing, kind of.
So then she opens up the door, and I think it doesn't reveal it in episode 9, but she opens up the door of his like room,
of his office,
and she like, he starts like hunting. She starts hunting for shit.
Yeah.
And so
which confused me because I'm like, what is she gonna find in his office?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. The Scrabble game. I was like, okay, cool. Like, but then you find out in episode 10, she finds the dress.
But no, it's funny because when she found out that he cheated, it was because she was wearing one of her cloaks.
Yeah.
So
that was the real booking, but like she finds the dress and she shows it to Offred first. And she like beats the shit out of her.
Yeah. But because she goes, I saw your lipstick on my cloak, and then I guess she saw the dress. I think it made her like be like, wait, what the hell?
Yeah.
I don't think she just found the dress. I think she saw the cloak because she had to wear her cloak. Remember?
Yeah. She found makeup on the dress.
Yeah.
But that's the excuse that she gave to Offred. To Fred. Sorry. To the commander.
Okay.
She says that to him when she's like waiting for him in his room.
Oh, okay.
She's like, you left makeup on anything, like, is that how you got her through?
Oh, yes, okay.
And so that's
probably how she gets triggered.
So she was like doing
she was doing work. Yeah, she was already suspicious. She's not stupid,
okay,
right?
Guys, NB, I didn't realize this until like literally like last episode, but her name is Serena Joy. Serena is like serenity,
right?
Like, peace, and joy is like obviously happiness, and this woman is like the full opposite.
Yeah, I mean, like that
was the point. But I didn't realize until just now. I was like, oh shit, Serena Joy.
Yeah,
damn.
You know, I was talking about this today because in the book and in the original movie, the couple is really like the Waterfords are really old. The woman is really old and the husband's like freaking grandpa status.
Questy.
So to have this version where like, you know, the commander is like kind of like young, he's kind of like he's handsome, he's right, in a real world like setting. And there's something about Serena Joy where like she's such a stoic and like cold figure from the back.
Yeah.
But there's something about her face that's like really warm too. And like there's something that you want to know more about her.
So let's talk a little bit.
You want to see like the good in her too.
Let's talk a little bit more about her because I know that you've been so interested in her, and now I'm like totally getting behind why you're so interested in her. This episode, while I was watching it, I was completely thinking about you because I was like, this is exactly
first of
what
all,
MB like is
I
down
love
for.
the scene with the Martha, and she's like she books Serena trying to look for like liquor, and she's like, I'll make you tea. She's like, okay. She's like, unless you want something like stronger for the soul. And she's like, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
And like they had like this really freaking cute moment in the kitchen, and they were like drinking. And she's like, get a cup for yourself. Like those little moments are like the biggest things about this show. Like for her to be like, grab a cup for yourself, like that's huge. And the girl's like, okay, I'm down. Like, I'm down to drink. I'm with you. And then she asked about her kid. She was like, you had a kid? I didn't know. Like he died, whatever. So there's these really amazing moments with her.
Yeah.
I think Serena has the biggest like
struggle,
but also this revolution, like it's gonna come from her too.
Yeah.
It has to come from her. You know what I mean? Like her telling Fred, she's like, what did you think would happen? Remember that episode? Episode 8?
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa. Like she gets it. She's like, she knows what these men like are doing to these women, and like obviously they're not down for this. Then she has like really evil moments too, but I'm like, it's true. Whatever. She's like
even episode 10, when she goes to his like office and books him, she was like, you better stop this shit. She was like, you better like keep your shit together, and like you better not do this again.
Like follow along or something.
And then he was like, don't you know who you're talking about? She's like, don't you know who you're talking about?
Yeah, she's like, I made half of these freaking rules.
Yeah, she's like these are my rules. Like, I know.
Yeah.
So she's like, don't think I'm stupid. And then she like walks out like a boss ass bitch. I was like, damn,
like she's
powerful. Sick.
I like her.
Like, but you're right. She has these like really bitch moments. Where okay, so here's the thing, right? She's the perfect like, I don't know if I want to call her an anti-hero just yet.
I think so.
But she's got this like kind of like, she's not the extreme villain. She's not like this villain without a purpose. She has a purpose, and like her purpose is she wants to have children. She thinks that this is the right way to do. She thinks that she really believes in the things that she's established and put together.
She's trying really hard to
how these men have turned it into something that's like almost for their gain. She's not stupid. She's booking that shit. She's booking that like these men are like cheating on their wives, and like they do all these other things,
but like she can't, like she's not allowed.
Side note, speaking of the men that are like getting these consequences, that guy got his fucking hand chopped off for having the affair with Janine. So like there's some serious situations I was like, where I'm definitely not watching this part.
I was not watching that part.
Too blading. But it's just going to show that like she wanted a certain world, she just didn't get it, and she's not even really a part of it. 100%.
They literally closed a door on her face. Like she is shut out of that world.
Yeah, it's pretty tight. So I understand her strife, and I understand where she's coming from, but at the same time, like she's also like not caring enough about the handmaids right now.
And I think it's gonna take time. I really believe in her. I think she's gonna have to come around. I think my favorite scenes are with her and Offred. Like again in episode 10, when she beat the shit out of her, and she prayed and prayed and prayed to that stupid pregnancy test. And that scene was amazing. Top third like scene of the whole season.
Like her so like it's like it cuts back and forth between Offred like behind her back and like her like bleeding from the tub because like she hit her head, and then literally Serena like on the floor pleading and hoping that this is gonna, like beautiful shots, guys. Honestly, just watch it with the for the visuals alone. So
it's always showing a contrast, like her in the bathroom locked in praying for like whatever,
praying for probably like I don't want this,
that, and then that beautiful scene of like she walks in, she's like, praise be, she's like, you're pregnant, like all your prayers have been answered, and
then she's like, do you think I prayed for this?
And she looked at her like, because like I felt it, like I was saying that too. I was like, you think she would pray for that? And she was like, you think? And she was like laughing. She's like, you think I prayed for
are you
to bring a child into this house? Like it was the best moment ever. Like,
oh god,
and Serena's face was just like, what like but like she's laughing, like she's literally laughing in your face, because
she's like, first of all, she's like, now she's like impenetrable because she's a baby, she has a baby now.
That's what she knows that
also
too,
she's like, this is fun.
Like, you think I'm praying to have a baby right now? Like are you insane?
And
like,
then put everything back into perspective, right? Like, and then obviously like Serena like has that moment, and then she like covers herself off with that shield again, and is like, you know what, I still have a baby, so whatever. Get your shit together. We're gonna go out.
And then she uses her daughter against her.
Oh, that was a big scene. So what did you think about that? So essentially, Serena Joy takes her like 2 hours away outside of the city and shows her that Hannah's still alive.
She had a separate driver. She didn't take Nick. So I was like, this bitch is up to something.
She's up to something.
And then she gets into the car and she's like, don't open the curtains.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, she obviously wants her to see something now, like obviously. And sure enough, she goes to like this like little house, and like she brings a girl out, and it's Hannah.
Yeah.
Like Serena and Hannah like talking, and Offred can see the whole thing through the car, and she can't like
she can't get through.
Obviously.
She can't open the door. She's crying and screaming.
Yeah.
And she's
but
like,
I think and I think the thing with me was I'm constantly swearing at my screen when I watch the show. I'm like, you dumb bitch. Like every name in the book, I'm calling like these people. Yeah. And when Serena comes back into the car, she sits in the front of the car and Offred's like in the back. There's like a partition between them.
Yeah.
And Offred just like lays it down. Like every single name you could ever call someone. She's like, you like I can't even repeat it because like it's so, like she kept going. It was like heartless. Yeah, like it was like 45 seconds of like swear words and like and Serena was just like taking it. Like it was the best.
She just like rolled up the window and just like partition.
Like, I have to say Elizabeth Moss is like freaking amazing actress. She's really like yeah. Oh my gosh. I think the whole cast is amazing, but her especially obviously as Offred, like oh god.
Also, just since we're talking about like good writing and good like acting, the music wasn't it giving you like season finale Game of Thrones vibes?
What was it again?
It was like violins and like
yeah, I was like, oh god, I'm gonna cry.
Like it was just dark and heavy and like you can feel it.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so
and then
that was a big moment.
Serena says to her is like, don't freak out, you're gonna hurt the baby.
Yeah.
So obviously there's like a deal here happening where like if you keep my baby in your stomach, I'm gonna protect your baby.
Yeah, basically. So she has her by the thing, and she doesn't know what to do. So she goes to Nick when she gets home. He ain't answering his door, and so then she goes to the commander and says, "Listen, you need to protect me and my baby."
Why did she say that though? I didn't understand that though.
I think she's at a place of desperation. She saw her daughter for the first time in 3 years. 3 fucking years she hasn't seen her daughter and doesn't know if she's alive, doesn't know where she is. So knowing that she's alive and well and like seeing her like literally feet away from her, she is at a loss. She's stuck in this house doing nothing.
It's not right that these people like Serena Joy and the commander know about Offred's personal life beforehand. If everyone's on this new like age like world shit, there's no reason, like almost like an adoption agency where like there's no reason why the next like family should know about Offred's back life. They should not know that she has a daughter. They should not know where the daughter is. That to me is already. But obviously this world is fucked up anyways, so like whatever. But
and
like
there's so much corruption.
Like, there's so much corruption.
There's so much of it there. Like I'm not surprised.
Like she should not know about her like past life. She should know her husband's name. Like nothing.
I think that's why she took another driver. She didn't take Nick because Nick like kind of knows the family.
Probably. Yeah.
Whereas like this guy's like just some random government person.
Well, now I think also Nick and Offred had a really beautiful moment in the kitchen.
Oh yeah.
When she was like, I'm pregnant, and he was so freaking cute.
He, like,
she's like, I hate it or something. She's like, it's something. And he's like, no. He's like, don't say that.
Yeah.
And then he like gets down on the ground. He like holds her stomach.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, Serena has to walk in like right now.
Yeah,
like she has to walk in, and then she walked in and she sees them.
Yeah.
Like having a cute moment together. So I think that's also maybe why like she's like, Nick, we don't need you. Like you're getting too close to like this girl.
Yeah, you better step off. So yeah, shit is going down a little bit.
I thought Serena was gonna like fuck Nick for a second. Like, I thought Serena was gonna get pregnant from Nick.
I'm gonna get pregnant now.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy.
Because also she told the commander about the baby right away.
Yeah,
she was like, she's pregnant, it's not yours.
Yeah, she was like God would never give you a baby. I was like, damn.
Yeah,
that
was good. Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things that he said, now that I'm like looking back at this whole situation, when she asked the commander for help, one of the things that she said to him, she was like, I need you to get rid of her or whatever. And then she was like, he's like, is the baby mine? She's like, yeah, it is.
I love that scene.
And then he says,
you do that so well.
Do you does he mean like you're lying to me?
Yeah, of course.
Amazing.
And she gave him this look like
amazing.
She gave him this like crazy look. I was like, good. Oh my god.
So good. Yeah. So unspoken and like so like, oh okay. So he booked.
And also he's not stupid. You have to realize that the commander isn't stupid. He's not like every other man. I don't think like you know
he's
like,
not this dumb like idiot.
He's
like,
definitely like calculated and like he's smart.
For sure. So that was a big scene, and then nothing really comes of that. Oh, so the big major moment that happens in this episode is the stoning of Janine.
Oh God.
Big, huge moment. So did you see this coming? This whole
first of all,
situation?
I wanted not to sound like mean, but like I wanted Janine to die on the bridge. I was like, okay, this is the end of her story.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna see her jump with the baby.
Yeah.
I thought the baby was gonna die too. I'm like, they're gonna see the baby die.
And they're gonna realize how fuck this is. Yeah, for sure.
And so I was ready for her to be dead there, and she did jump off the bridge.
She did.
This girl freaking didn't die.
But
she
it wasn't
came back.
even that like low. Yeah. So whatever.
So then she comes back to life, and then they decide to stone her now.
She comes back back to life.
Like she was like healed like right away though. I was like, what?
So essentially, yeah. So and the aunt is like basically she's like the worst thing that you could ever do is like harm a child.
Yeah.
And then they bring out Janine and she's like she obviously tried to jump off a bridge with the baby, but she didn't. So I was like, this is so unfair. What a weird conviction. And then I guess it's because the handmaids are given this power to like put justice upon people who whatever. She tells them like you need to like stone this woman to death. And crazy twist was Off Warren, the new Off Warren. Or no, the new Off Glenn, sorry. The one that was Alexis Bledel's like replacement. The one who never wants to get in trouble. The one
that was saying that like I like this world. Like this world has order and like I was homeless before. So like now I'm like good.
She was the very first one who was like, guys, this is fucked. And I think that was one of the most like
powerful.
It was a very powerful.
I was saying, I'm like, it was good that it wasn't Offred.
Yeah.
Because Offred's always the one who like stands up, you know?
And she's waiting to see like if there's anybody else who's like not down for this.
She's like, I'm not doing this.
She's like, are you guys fucking crazy? I'm not killing Janine. And they like beat her the shit up the fuck up, and then they had to take her away.
Also, like crazy slow motion scenes, slow motion shots in this scene.
Guys, beautiful, so nice to watch.
So they beat the shit out of that girl. So she gets like dragged away.
Yeah.
And then finally, like Offred stands out. She's like, no, I'm not doing this.
She stands forward, and then she drops the thing, and she's like, sorry, Aunt. What's her name?
Aunt Lydia.
She's like, sorry, Aunt Lydia. And then they all step forward and start dropping the stones. Sorry, Aunt Lydia. Sorry, Aunt Lydia. And it was just like a really powerful moment to see these women come together.
Oh, yeah.
And be like, no, we're not down for this.
And then she's like, okay. She's like, go home now.
She's like, there's going to be consequences for this. And
you can see the smirk on Offred's face.
Yeah.
Because she knows no one can do anything to her. She's pregnant.
She's like
nothing can happen to her.
I mean, they can take her eyeballs out, I guess.
Not when she's pregnant, though, I don't think. Because they're so scared of, like, it causing harm to the kid, true, trauma, right?
True, that's a good point. So, yeah, so it kind of ends off with, like, this whole mystery of, like, not sure what's going to happen next. Mm-hmm. And then she wakes up the next morning and someone's coming to get her.
Yeah, Nick walks into the room, like, really quickly.
And he
whispers. He's like, just go with them.
Yeah, trust me.
She's like, huh?
Yeah. And so they leave, and like Serena Joy and the commander didn't call, obviously, because they're surprised. They're like, what the hell is going on? You tell me what's going on. You have to give me authorization. So we know for sure that it wasn't
and then she grabs the aunt. She's like, check behind the bathtub. Yeah. Like, the freaking aunt lady, the Martha, like, she honestly breaks my heart. She's the cutest person ever.
Let's talk about the package, though, for real.
Yeah, so the package. So when Offred ends up going to, like, the grocery store, one of, like, the meat guys gave her, like, a second package. Yeah. And she takes it, whatever, and she opens it up in the bathroom. And it's, like, a bunch of letters. To like
letters from handmaids
saying, to like who
it was like just to like go out
to the world to the
like
world. Know what they're doing to us,
know that we're doing to us, don't like silence our voices. It was so powerful and so strong and so sad.
And they had like all these different like voices like echoing as she's like reading like the letters, and it was really really like, and she was getting happy though, like she was like laughing because she knows like she's not alone, right? Like
exactly. And to hear those voices go through it was a very powerful moment. It was a very very powerful episode for sure.
It was. And so she like hides them again like in the bathtub, and then as she's like getting carried out, she looks at the Martha. She's like, you can already tell she trusts her, right? She's like, look at the and then she's like, okay, and then she runs in and she like gets it. Like their relationship is really cute too.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think because we were talking about the Martha's character like very briefly in the beginning, where we're like, why is this woman so mean to like Offred, and like she's like just telling her to follow the rules and stuff. We got a little glimpse of like who she is like episode 9, and then in episode 10 you realize that she really does give a fuck about it,
Who? The Martha lady? I never thought she was mean to Offred ever.
I think in the beginning,
maybe the first episode, but there was always something she had with Offred. She's like, are you okay? Like, do you need something? Like, do you want me to like do, like, she was always catering to her. Like,
it's true.
She wanted to protect her so much.
That's true. And like I just like I think the best thing that you have to realize about this episode, and I think about this show and what they're going to do with it, is you have to remember these women who are in particular positions and how they can congregate and unite to become a united front and fight against the resistance, or fight for the resistance.
And the beautiful thing is their mission, whether it's Serena, whether it's that Martha, whether it's Offred, like they do want to give they see children as a beautiful gift. They all do equally.
But it's how it's
being done. Yeah. Like, I think that's where the biggest issue is.
As long as they realign themselves, they can turn this. Why can't the men be slaves? Why can't the men be sex slaves? Damn.
Exactly.
Like, why can't it be that situation?
Like, what are you good for?
Exactly.
Like, you just need one thing in and then you're out.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
And you can barely fucking do that shit because you're useless.
Yeah.
Get Nick to like fuck all the fucking Handmaid.
Seriously.
He hot. But yeah, it was. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with next season. What are you the most excited about? First of all, it's
not done yet because what's her face? Freaking Moira gets to go to Canada.
Oh, true.
She gets like refugee status. She gets like all her like her Canadian money. And then it was so cute because like in the end, like his name is Luke, right?
Oh, Luke. Sorry,
Luke comes through and she's like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "I listed you as like my family member," and she started bawling and it was really sad. He's like, "They notified me as soon as like they found you." I'm like, "Oh my god, it broke my heart." Nice. And then she's like, "She's alive. Whatever. Let's go find her." So they're gonna like obviously like do
Ontario. Y'all to discover. It was so cool to see. Shout out to Canada and Ontario especially. I was like, this is so cool.
And then obviously like the guys, the truck takes Offred and she goes into the truck and she's like, "I don't know what my next thing is."
Yeah.
But all I can do is like go into the darkness.
What a beautiful shot too. It was like the slow pan into the car, turn around, sit down. Oh my god, the cinematography, they need to win. Yeah. They need to win.
Serena's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "What did you do?" And she just like looks at her and like smirks. I was like, "Oh yes."
She's like, "Everything that we've done."
I wonder what's gonna happen though. I have no idea. I don't know.
Bye.
I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, where are they sending her to? How's she gonna come back? Is she gonna get revenge? Like, what's gonna happen?
So one of the things that I thought was like maybe the commander is pretending, like even though he like is acting as if,
you think so?
Like maybe he is trying to protect her somehow. That's my first thing. My second thing is maybe Nick is like booking, like is like doing some low-key spy agency stuff, and it's
definitely Nick.
Oh, you think it's Nick?
Yeah, it's definitely Nick. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Those are like his boys probably because he's the eye, right?
Right.
He was an eye. He knows all those people.
Or third option is like Aunt Lydia is like legit gonna go on a revenge for everybody.
No. I think this step probably has something to do with Nick. Mm-hmm. And maybe the commander, like it could be both, right? He's like, "Yo, like let her go over there." I don't think that though, because I feel like the commander's like down to have his own kid. Yeah. So like I don't see why he would send her away.
If she like goes with Nick and Nick is ready to like make everything like fall apart with his family, then like those guys.
But they won't know. They won't know that Nick had anything to do with it.
Yeah, but then Serena Joy and the commander are like toast right now.
Why?
Because of all the shit that they've been going through right now. Especially the commander. All the like he's been sent like taking her to like the Jezebel place.
Yeah.
Like all this stuff is gonna be uncovered. Well,
they have to. Of course, they have to uncover that shit.
Then he's gonna die. And
I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I think Nick had something to do with it. Yeah. For sure, because he's like, "Trust me, just go with them."
Yeah. So that's super exciting. So that's it. So that's the episode. I
feel like this is all we can talk about.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's an amazing show. Like, I don't know. I don't know how else to say it. Like, it's really good.
Okay, let's move into American Gods.
But also, guys, if you want to chat with us, honestly, tweet us at recap_rewind because we want to keep talking about Handmaid's Tale. Yeah. And, you know, everything about it is really just beautiful.
Definitely. So. All these shows, guys, tweet us about anything.
Ask us questions and we can also answer them next week.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely. So,
now we can go into American Gods. Okay.
Thanks. All right. So we're covering 6 and 7 of American Gods. So episode 6 was a kind of story-ish driven one where they were talking about what's her name? Laura. She's like trying to still find her mans. Yeah. And then the car flips, right? Is that
no, that's situation? The next episode. Oh. The whole episode 7 was Laura and Sweeney.
Right, but the episode before that was the car flip. And why that happened?
It was?
Yeah, I think
but their whole story was in 7.
Oh yeah.
Like the whole story.
True.
So 6 was back and forth. 6 was with Wednesday, and they go to that town in Virginia, like that racist town.
Oh yeah.
And they meet the guy that's like the Vulcan or whatever. Yeah. The Vulcan guy that makes like bullets. So he's a god too.
He's a god.
And I guess Wednesday goes into town and he's like, "I need your help. Like there's gonna be a war. Like come through. I need like a sword, like or a blade, whatever." And the guy's like, "Okay, I'll make your blade." He's like, "I'll join you like in the war." Yeah. He's like, whatever. It was a very creepy town. Like it reminded me of like Get Out. It was like everyone was just staring at Shadow because like obviously he's black. Yeah. And then in the end, he makes like the blade for Wednesday, and he's like, "I'm making this blade for you, but like I'm not joining you. Like I'm not on your side, whatever." Yeah. I spoke to like the other side or something. Yeah. And Wednesday's like, "Sick." He's like, "You pledge your allegiance." He's like, "Bye." He like pulls the sword out and like slices this guy's neck
and like kicks him
into like the volcanic like thing. Yeah. And Shadow's like,
He's like, "What the fuck just happened?"
So obviously, gods obviously aren't invincible.
Yes.
Because we were talking about this. We're like, maybe only a god can kill a god.
Or maybe only he could kill him because he made that weapon. Like, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was like maybe because the guy kind of pledged his allegiance to Wednesday, it almost like in a way linked them together, and so like Wednesday was able to kill him.
Yeah,
but I don't know. That might be like too much. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure
because it's like it would be like he said it. He's like, I pledge my allegiance to you, and
right?
He's like, but I'm not coming with you.
Yeah. So. And it's funny because I always forget that like Shadow does not know any of this world. So every single time something crazy happens, he's like, "Oh my god!" Yeah. Like it's funny because like you should be shook too.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't be so like not crazy for you to see someone like fall into fire and die.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty funny. And then I guess we really want to talk about episode 7 because it was the best episode.
So I forgot how episode 6 ends.
I think episode 6 ends with that whole situation, and then he's like, forget about Laura, like we gotta go do your thing.
I think another important thing was also that when they did leave the motel, when Wednesday like tells Shadow let's dip, Wednesday sees Laura chasing the car in the parking lot, and he doesn't tell Shadow. He just like drives away. So obviously Wednesday doesn't want Shadow and Laura to come together.
No. And why do you think that is? What is your
I think Shadow probably has his own mission or whatever now, and like he knows that Laura's gonna distract him.
I also agree with that. Do you think that it has something to do with like who she is as a person and like how that could potentially contradict like what Wednesday's looking to do?
Yeah, probably.
So it'll be interesting to see if that comes up at all, or like what he's gonna do about it when she finally does like come to him, because they're gonna have to unite at some point in time. She's like on a mish. So we see that in episode 10. It focuses solely on Sweeney and
episode 7.
Sorry, 7.
There is no 10, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Episode 8, I think next week's episode is the last episode.
Yeah.
So in this one she basically says,
so episode 7 was the most beautiful episode ever.
I'm so glad
it was all Laura and her great grandmother were thinking of Effie and Matt Sweeney. Like we see Matt Sweeney like come through like in that storyline. So it starts off with a coming to America story. And talks about Effie, how like she was like this little girl, like Irish girl who like believed in like the god of like leprechaun,
like people? Luck and stuff like that, like the Irish folklore, I guess. So before we get into that, we were talking a little bit earlier, but I wanted to put into the podcast like the whole episode starts off with Death kind of like fixing up a body because he works at like a funeral home. So it's the same guy that like took that woman away, like the Anubis guy. Yeah. So he like represents Death, I'm assuming. Yeah. But the guy that's with him is like, I thought it was his assistant or whatever, but I think they're living together in the same space. And he tells him, he's like, you seem like you need to write something down, because his hand was like shaking. So then he started writing something down, and I was wondering if that was like life, and it would be really cool if like they pit life and death in the same space.
Yeah,
and like
that'd be sick.
How they have this kind of like symbiotic, like natural relationship with each other because they're so interconnected. So then when he starts writing stuff down, we hear this story, this amazing, beautiful story of Laura and her lineage, I guess, and Effie.
They don't full out say that it could be Laura's lineage, but like it's her, like it's the same actress that's playing Laura and Effie.
Yeah, Emily, what's her
name? I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, so basically it starts whatever, and then she's like a girl in London, I guess. Yeah. And she starts stealing, right? Yeah,
cocos and shells for sale.
So she starts like stealing. And she gets arrested. Yeah. And they send her off. So basically at that time, I guess in like London, if instead of going to jail, you could get like transported.
You could become an indentured servant in America. So
they send you to America and like you serve your time like somewhere there, like with someone's slave, I guess. Yeah. So while she's on the ship. Yeah. She meets like the captain and she like seduces him and she's like, take me back, whatever. They fall in love. He takes her back to London, like they get married. Her, and then she's like down for that life, but all the time like she's still like believing in like the like god of like luck, whatever. And then he dips. He's like, I gotta go on a next mission. And she's like, cool, bye. And then like as soon as he dips, like she starts stealing again, and like she's like screwing like all these guys. Yeah. And then she forgets, right? Like the narration was like, she, of course, when you have all that abundance, you forget who you're thankful for. Yeah. So she doesn't leave like things anymore out. Yeah. And then next time she steals, she gets caught again. Yeah. Gets sent to jail this time. And then as she's waiting in the cell, she hears like a next guy in the cell. And of course, I booked his voice right away. It's Matt Sweeney. Yeah. And they have like a really cute conversation through like the hole in the wall. Yeah. And then she wakes up the next morning and he's not there anymore. Yeah. I don't know what that meant. Like did they take him? Like did he escape? Like I don't know.
The bread was gone real? Again. Yeah. You know, like so like she offered up like the rotten bread that she was supposed to eat. Like she put it on the sill and was gone. So like like there's this such a beautiful like magic to this storyline and like who he is and like is he a leopard? He's not like one of those like follow the rainbow, like here's my gold Lucky Charms. Like he's like it's funny because he's like I sell gold. Yeah, so he's got this like aura about him that like has like this like level of realness and intrigue. So it's not like, but it's also not over the top like Harry Potter magic. Yeah. So then like a next guy comes in, like the warden of the prison comes to her, and he's like, oh, like it's gonna be like 4 weeks or something until like you're hearing. It's like I feel so bad for you. And he's like, but if you're pregnant, like they'll have to like send you off again, like to the States. Right. And he knocks her up. A big conversation piece that they had between Matt Sweeney and her in that jail cell was that she's like, did you hear about the Americas? Like everyone's saying it's so beautiful and like the land of the free, and like remember she was saying that to him and he was like, oh wow, that sounds like pretty cool. Yeah. So I also think like it's coming to that America story part of that too. Yeah. So he's like he has like sex with her, whatever. She gets pregnant. Yeah. And then the judge is like, okay, you need to go like to the States now. Yeah. She ends up going to the States. She meets like she works for like this farmer guy who like is a widower. Takes care of her baby, and then like they fall in love. Like they legit fell in love. Like he was a really good guy to her. And then they get married. He dies. Whatever. She had a kid with him. Whatever. So she has like a happy life like on his farm and like and she had like crazy like abundance of like fruits growing and like corn and everything. And she's like leaving
like the
and then
the
at bread. That point in time, I think she realized that she needs to just consistently be thankful and like always give those gifts and like and it kind of like led him back to her almost in a way. Like, and then you see this beautiful scene at the end where like she's on her rocking chair and it says that she stopped telling her stories about like these leprechaun people because like nobody was believing her almost in a way. No one wanted to hear them anymore. There was no place
which is
for
really
them.
True because like that's the old god. He must be an old god, right?
And like even their conversation that they have very briefly, like right before that whole story ends, like he comes up to the door and he talks to her and she's like, oh, you're an Irishman. I'm so happy to see that and hear that. And he's like, there's no place for me here because like no one believes in these stories. And like, I don't know if she gleaned that he was the leprechaun, but like, I think that like, did she know that it was the guy in the cell all those years back? I don't think so. She did. I think that it was just like this whole connection of like that folklore. And I think that's what it is all about when you really think about religion and like that faith and that connection that you might have with someone. Like it's this deep understanding of like what that really means and what that represents to a person. And like her feeling of like offering this up to somebody and believing that and having faith in something like that. I think that's why the show is so cool, is because it really is exploring religion in a way that really makes you think about it.
So here, as you were saying, I was thinking about something. Okay, so Mad Sweeney and Effie in the prison cell, they never saw each other. They don't know what each other. They don't know what one another look like. Now that he saw her, he only saw her when she was like 80 years old. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So he knows her as Effie, whatever her last name is. Yeah. As this like old woman. So he obviously feels this really, really, really strong connection towards Laura. Right. He probably doesn't know why. Right. Because he doesn't know what she looks like. Why?
Huh? Because he was following her all this time, like taking the bread and taking all the offerings and stuff like that. So he must have seen her grow up. Don't you think? Wait, or was it a different
Laura
person?
Was leaving things too?
Not Laura. Effie. Effie was always leaving like gifts.
You think he saw her?
I think he was always the one that was taking them from her. Oh, okay. That's kind of like why they're like so stories are a little intertwined. Yeah,
maybe he does know her. I was thinking if he doesn't know what she looks like, but maybe somehow in Laura's journey, like he'll find out that like her great grandma was Effie, right. You know?
I think it's a little ambiguous, and I think it's meant to stay a little bit like maybe not, because I think that it would be a nice way to see like how the story unfolds, and maybe he doesn't understand. Maybe he like, it'd be really cool to see. But
he's like he feels this really like strong like connection with her. So basically, what happens is in the episode, in like the like present now, she gets the ice cream truck. Yeah. She drives it. She gets into a huge accident again, and she dies. Yeah. Like her stomach rips open, and the coin falls out of her stomach, and she's dead. Yeah. And he gets up and he sees the coin. He picks it up. He's like, "Sick. I'm on my way now." Yeah. But he can't leave her. He looks back and he's like, "I can't leave her." Yeah. And he puts the coin back in.
That's what happens at the end of the episode. He puts a coin back in and brings her back to life, and she's like, "Okay, let's go. We're done now. Let's
obviously there's like this next level like love triangle almost.
Love connection like almost, but this is like for them. I feel like it's like destiny.
Oh yeah, there's this for sure destiny.
There's like some
their souls are like meant to be together. Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see that.
Or I hate to make this connection, and I don't even know the whole story completely, but it's almost like this like Twilight triangle where it's like she's attracted to this one man, Shadow, but then like the wolf guy, wasn't he just like supposed to be like her like protector this whole time? And it's almost like Sweeney's got this like feeling of having to protect her and make sure that she's okay. So one of the things that I wanted to ask you, and I don't know if you noticed it, and I don't even know if I'm right, when he sees her on the ground and he's struggling with the fact of whether or not to put the coin back in, there's a shot of him standing over her body after the car accident that she had.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. He caused the car accident.
So he was the one.
So Wednesday, because the Crow is Wednesday, right?
Crow is Wednesday's people, I think.
Right.
Or Death's people, I think. It's the Death people.
So he basically, the Crow's like there when she died the first time.
Right.
And he's like, okay, I did it now. Like, you're happy, whatever. Yeah. So we find out that he was actually the cause of her initial death.
Right. And he leaves her to die there, and he expects that to die. But when she came back to life, I wonder if like he was so surprised about it, or like if he was happy to see her again, or like if he realized how serendipitous that his coin ended up back in her chest without him even wanting it to be there. He lost it by accident.
There's something crazy there.
Luck is an amazing thing, and I think that was one of the things that I took away from him. Like he always says that he has bad luck and like this. Like I lost a coin, but maybe this is your good luck. It's man.
Interesting,
you know
right?
what I mean? Like
it's interesting because he needed that coin to give him his luck back. Yeah. How ironic is it that coin is in her now, and they're always gonna have to be together.
Yeah, and like this is your luck.
You're right. Like that is his luck.
You have to see it as good luck. I think that so whole idea of like luck is that whole thing, like where people are like, oh, I'm so lucky that I have my life. It is all perspective. Can you not see that your life is like a good thing because like now you have some like cool girl that you're hanging out with, you know, like you're like, I want this coin because this is what gives me my luck, and like this is why I have bad luck, and this is why I keep getting into car accidents and all this crazy stuff.
And it's interesting because like I'm sure he feels some type of way too, because like she's looking for her man, right?
Yeah.
Like he keeps calling her dead wife.
Yeah.
So like it's gonna be, if that ends up happening,
wife. Yeah.
It's gonna be a nice story.
Love
I'm so excited about that.
But
yeah, there's only one more episode left. We're gonna see what happens. Probably you're right. They're probably not gonna show like Laura and him again.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go back to Shadow, and then maybe they'll connect them at the very end of the episode.
So we'll see what happens next week. But it's such a good show.
You know what I just realized? We like in the beginning of the season, we have these like random cutscenes of like the goddess of love.
Yeah, what happened to her?
She just like dipped out of life.
I bet you they're gonna show her.
They've got to show her.
I have a feeling that the goddess of love character, or the god, and the god with like the big like D, I feel like they're somehow connected. I don't know.
Don't forget that we like Taxi Man like dips from life because
Taxi Man
dips
because like Laura's like go find your man with the big D. Like, go.
The genie.
The genie guy.
Genie in the bottle.
So I almost feel like the genie and the goddess can somehow be connected.
Yeah.
Maybe their storylines will be connected in the next episode. I don't know.
So that's the shows, guys. What do you guys think about these shows? You have to make sure you
even watching.
Recap_rewind at Twitter. And that's pretty much it. I want to talk about some really quick hot topics.
Let's do hot topics.
So quick. Master of None. I'm almost done with it. Guys, please watch the show. It's so good. Insecure. Once again, gotta watch that show. It's so good. Orange is the New Black, of course. Just dropped last week. We started a new podcast. Check it out if you haven't checked it out just yet. We're gonna try to do them episodically, and then you can watch an episode and listen to an episode.
Yeah.
And then I got Sherlock. I just found out is back on track, and we got some. For our Riverdale fans, we got some big news this week that it's coming back. It got a final release air date of October 11th, and it's now airing on Wednesdays.
Oh, yes.
So it's going to be a little different. Yeah.
I wonder what's going to happen for Netflix. Is it going to release on Thursday morning?
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with us either. So, I love my Fridays. Now I'm going to have to like do a smack tap in the middle of the week.
Thursday morning podcast. But yeah, I'm excited for Riverdale. It's coming back soon. Because with all of these shows, you're probably going to have to wait another year.
It's true.
So it's true. Also, Game of Thrones, 1 month away. Hey.
Do you have any other
No, that's it. Topics? You took my Riverdale one.
I'm so sorry. I was like, pop. Okay. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Please comment and follow us and talk to us once again on Twitter at recap_rewind. That's us. Bye.
Bye.